Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Karaoke World Championships USA Q&A session. I am Josh Barron, the National Director of the Karaoke World Championships, and I'm so happy that you guys can tune in and find out the latest news, find out all the different stuff that's going on in the Karaoke World Championships. And as you saw last week, if you did not tune in, we actually had our first video finals for a round. And we took our top 8, and they're moving into a video finals coming up. But right now, starting today, our video finals, our next video round has just opened. So if you want to participate, now is the time. All we need is one video from you, and we call it the sticker twist. So let's talk about that really quick. With the video auditions this year, if you are a member, now membership is $20. That comes with mentorship as well and coaching through, well, it's not coaching, it's mentorship. So you learn through your scores and also through mentors who can help guide you. But with Sticker Twist, what you do is for the first 2 weeks of the video rounds, we're accepting videos. And with your membership, you will be able to get your scores and your notes early. And then what you can do is you can either stick with that video if you like your scores, or you can remake the video or even switch the song and twist it and work on what those notes gave you on making a better performance to try to win the top 3 or top 8 and then move on to the video finals. However, the top singer from each of those rounds is going to win a home karaoke machine, a little karaoke speaker and everything, which is great for you to practice and have little karaoke parties and sing at home. It's a great opportunity for you all. And we had our first winners, which were Amber Fiend, Becca Washburn, and Kevin Riddle were our top 3, with Gabriel Evans, Keith Mobley, Brittany Letty, Koya Stone, and Noah Miles Strobecki, who are all moving into the video finals. From the video finals, we're going to take the top 6, and they're going to place into the national finals. And the winner of the video final is actually going to win a trip to Las Vegas, Nevada as well. It's going to be really exciting. The other thing that's happening is Singa, our sponsor, is actually in Las Vegas right now. They're all coming in from Finland and Florida to do the bar and nightclub convention. Now, if you don't know what Singa Karaoke is, Singa is not only a program for karaoke hosts and venues all over the world that is revolutionary because they have all the brands that you have or as KJs have in the world. However, they're legal. They're run on an iPad. You can request songs on your cell phone. And what else is you can also download the app and become a member and then be able to practice those same songs on your phone. It is incredible. You can also request the songs for a venue that you're at from the ones that you have tried. It saves your memory. It saves things like your pitch control and your tempo. And there are really cool HD graphics behind the lyrics. And it is seriously a game changer. It's all HD. And there are versions out there from Karaoke Channel and Stingray, which are sound choice. There's Sunfly on there, Karaoke Factory. So many different great brands on there. You really should check it out. Sing a Karaoke. I'm going to also show you really quick a quick video about Singa as well.
Did you know that while karaoke is a widely popular and endlessly fun form of entertainment, it also represents an untapped business opportunity in a $15 billion industry?
And it's outdated as
Singa modernizes karaoke, the last analog bastion of the entertainment industry. While other entertainment industries have moved to digital distribution, karaoke is still stuck in the 90s with expensive and bulky equipment, 8-bit graphics, and dodgy background videos.
Here at Singa, we believe that singers, karaoke venues, music right owners, and karaoke lovers all over the world simply deserve better.
Singa drives change in all corners of the karaoke industry. For consumers, our trailblazing app gives access to the largest licensed karaoke catalog today on any device. Singa enables bars and other nightlife venues to grow their revenue with modern and enormously fun karaoke software.
Since 2015, we've expanded to 10 countries and built a 30-person strong team, custom designed to do for karaoke what Netflix has done for movies and what Spotify has done for music.
We're ready to become the biggest brand in this multi-billion-dollar global market.
For the music industry, Singa provides a completely new source of revenue, as well as a way for artists to connect with their fans.
Singa has a proven track record within the karaoke, music, and tech industries, and they've grown every year since the launch, even in the middle of a global pandemic.
This is your chance to be part of the karaoke revolution. Join the party now.
Now, why did I show you that? First of all, not only are they a partner of ours for the Karaoke World Championships, and they also help us at the world level, and they're one of our major sponsors that helps Karaoke World Championships tick. It's also run by the original director of the Karaoke World Champs who invented the Karaoke World Championships. So it's really exciting to have them on board and also on our quest to find the next world champ. The other reason why I'm so excited is because when we went to Finland and we got to meet with Singa and we got to try out their software, and then again in Japan, I'd never seen anything like it because it's running an iPad Pro. It's really easy to use. There were like 70,000 songs, all the brands that I loved, all these different languages, and you can also download the whole entire library onto that iPad. So just in case that you have like internet connection issues at a venue or anything like that, it will still work. And plus, I love the fact that as a host, I can also send people personal messages like you're up in a little bit, talk about drink specials. If you're a karaoke host, this is a game changer because also it gives you legal karaoke and it gives you the brands that people want, where other brands like Carafun and other digital softwares only give you one brand and one choice. And also, if you're using other brands and you have like a neighborhood feature where you can use tracks from other people, that's actually not legal to use at a professional level, where this gives you those brands. They're always adding, and then they spent the last 3 years, especially during the pandemic, of getting all the US licensing for copyright. It takes a lot of money and a lot of patience to get US copyrights karaoke. That's why we've lost so many karaoke companies throughout the years. So I'm really happy that they're our partner. And this week, if you are at the bar and nightclub convention, please come down, say hello to the Singa Karaoke crew, because they're also part of our Karaoke World Championship family. We're also going to have Michael White there. I believe Miriam Kim is going to be making an appearance as well. And you'll be seeing us singing there and having a lot of fun. And we can't wait to see you. I just always want to tell people about this product because it is amazing. And there are so many other things out there, but this is seriously a game changer. speaking about game changers, I want to bring up something. So you never know who's watching you at the Karaoke World Championships. In our judges, we've had judges from a lot of the different singing and talent shows on TV who have actually judged and also cast straight from our competition. We also have people who have judged who also are working in entertainment in general, who are looking for bands or looking for singers to do other work and do voiceover work, things like that. And all these opportunities are so amazing with the Karaoke World Championships, because not only does it happen that way, but it's also when people tune in and watch on our YouTube channel, see our Facebook, see our social media presence. And this year also, we switched up the way we were doing our video entries. So this year for videos, we're taking all different style of videos, not only from like the regular singing apps like Smule or the voice app or Yoki or Star Maker, or just from their YouTube, like from uploading. We're also taking it from Instagram and TikTok and other things that have made a really big presence in the last 3 years that some of you become really accustomed with, of making videos there. And we want to make sure we can open this to everyone. And while that's been happening, we've had a great new opportunity. So in Broadway, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Broadway, but Broadway shows the biggest musicals in the world. There was a great off-Broadway show called Emojiland that happened right before the pandemic, and they're getting back into auditioning for videos for you, and you can audition actually through TikTok and these other platforms as well. And they have reached out to us through, I'm going to introduce you to her right now, through Brooklyn Mason, who, hello, Brooklyn.
Hello.
And Brooklyn is part of YesBroadway, and you also might be familiar with her because she was part of Team Arkansas in the past and has been part of this. And in 2020, you were going to be the state director there for the state, but then the pandemic happened and life happened and everything obviously got stalled. And Brooklyn was really excited to bring this to us. And so were the producers of Emojiland, because they started seeing our singers and they're like, you know what? This is a great opportunity for those singers to be part of something really, really, really special. Brooklyn, can you tell us a little bit more about Emojiland?
Sure. So, hi, I'm Brooklyn. I do social media management and influencer marketing for YesBroadway, which is an agency based out of New York that champions young and exciting theater. Primarily, we work with shows that target like young people and people that you don't traditionally see in the theater industry. Though we have done, traditional stuff with shows like Wicked and Tina and MJ. And one of our clients is Emojiland. And I apologize, my camera is here, but my screen's up here. So,
no, you're fine. You're fine.
And Emojiland got big at the New York Musical Festival it seems like a long time ago. And right. Opened off-Broadway at the Duke at 42nd Street in New York City right before the pandemic. And it is this beautiful show about emojis inside your phone. It is not the Emoji Movie. It has nothing to do with the Emoji Movie. It actually predates the Emoji Movie. The writers, Keith and Laura, were already writing the show before the Emoji Movie was even announced. And it's this beautiful show about taking people at face value and kind of not taking things for granted. It seems like it's the silly concept, but you have things that the show really tackles, like really deep things like corruption of power and relationship dynamics and things that you would not think would be like. There's a whole song where Princess, the emoji princess, who is the leader of all of Emojiland, slides down on a stripper pole. Like, it's great. It's fantastic. It's wonderful. And they just announced, I believe it was a week ago in a couple of days, that they are going to be casting the entire nationwide tour solely from on an online social media open call. So TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, Vimeo, all of these platforms you can go to emojiland.com. All of the audition materials is on the website. We also have on TikTok at Emojiland Musical. All of the sounds, if you're familiar with how TikTok works, all of the audition cut sounds are up there. You upload your video to one of the social media platforms, and then you go to the website and submit it. And every single role will be cast through this online open call.
That is awesome. That's awesome. And it sort of goes right along with how we're doing our auditions, because we have a hybrid this year. The last 2 years, obviously, we've been all videos. And now this year we're doing the hybrid of the videos plus the live auditions as well. But you guys are still doing the live, which is really cool because so many people still are stuck in their house. And I know that a lot of people, they're like, oh, the pandemic's over. It's still not over. Pandemic A is not over. But the other thing is that it's not everything is open back up all over the U.S. In fact, Broadway is at an all-time low of amount of shows that are going on, and they're still limiting the amount of people who are coming in and doing some social distancing, and so it's still, while we're back, we're slowly coming back. But this gives you the opportunity of also, if you've had that dream about being on Broadway or doing musicals professionally, this is a great way to be part of it. We have a special video that came in from one of the cast members of Emojiland, from the original cast, and she's all part of this, and she wanted to share it with you. So I'm gonna put you in back. All right,
Okay.
I'm gonna put you in the backstage. Go backstage, Brooklyn, and then I'm gonna show you this video that comes from Laura. I'm so excited that she did this for us, and she's really looking for our Karaoke World Championship singers to be part of this.
Hey there, KWCUSA. It's Laura Shine. I'm one of the co-writers of Emojiland the Musical, which premiered off-Broadway, and I also played Smize, Smiling Face with Smiling Eyes, in that cast. And we just announced the launch of our nationwide tour, which is happening this summer. And I've been watching some of your videos, and y'all have so much talent, like incredible, amazing voices, and we would love to see your audition videos because we're actually casting the show with an online social media open call. So anyone can audition for any role. You just go to emojiland.com for all the details. And yeah, we'd love to see your tapes. So bye.
Laura, thank you so much for making that video. And Brooklyn, I know that you have a big hand in doing and working with them, and part of YesBroadway. It's like your dream job, and I love that you're doing your dreams. Like, it's sort of, and especially during the pandemic, it's amazing that you're still able to do this and promote music theater, because music theater, like for me, and I know a lot of our KWC singers, is so uplifting. And like when you go and see a show, it's just like you always walk out there with a smile on your face, even if it's bad. I don't think there's ever been a musical that, even the ones I don't like, I didn't leave without a smile, Oh
yeah, absolutely. And the great thing about specifically Emojiland and the way that this entire casting is being done, it's not just a wonderful opportunity. Obviously if you get cast, it's this great opportunity to have a professional theater credit on your resume, but all of the finalists, they're doing, multiple rounds. If you're familiar with how shows get cast, there's a sing call, a dance call, and then a read, and then they do final callbacks. And so all of the finalists that they are considering for the show, once it's all said and done, the producers are actually going to fly those people out to New York City.
Wow.
There will be per diem, your travel costs covered, so that you can come and do your final in-person call. And so even if you don't get cast, if you make it to those finals and like you've never been to New York City, or you've never had the experience of doing a professional in-person theater show call, it's great just for that. And as far as like my job, I've been doing this for almost it'll be 6 years at the end of the year. And I attribute a lot of my success in this to my start in KWC, because
Woo!
I Yes Broadway was built by Sam Meyer, who saw this cute little show in New Jersey that you may have heard of called Be More Chill. And he saw it and was like, young people need to get into theater. And I was so upset. I had such a positive experience in KWC, and I was getting into theater performance and had joined like some fan groups and stuff like that. And I just happened to respond to a post that he made looking for people to go on this journey with him. And I happened to be the one that was chosen. And I don't know that I would have taken that leap had it not been for KWC. So you don't know all of the awesome things that KWC can bring into your life. So
yep.
And I want to give back.
Now you've had experience not only as a competitor in the competition, but you also have experience as a state director.
Mm-hmm.
And in 2020, we had to put all of that on hold. And we had venues out in Arkansas who had already had venue finals. They're sitting there waiting in your state still for their state finals. And this has happened not only in that state, it also happened in Colorado and Washington. And we weren't sure what we were going to do in Arkansas. We've been looking for a state talent coordinator, and we're going to be talking about state coordination and that in a few minutes. But and we were on this call for Yes Broadway, and then when you heard about it, you're like, wait, like you were like really concerned. And there are a lot of singers in Arkansas who are really concerned. They're like, I still want to try out, and they're like, I can do videos, I guess, but that live audition at a venue it really is a different experience than it is on videos. And videos are great, but sometimes you can't capture some of the things that you would like in a live setting, unless you've really practiced on how to perform to a camera. And we're in our conversation about Emojiland. And the thing is that while we paused it, everything paused, even the state talent coordination fee. So, and you're like, wait, you mean I can just go and do this and finish what we started? And I'm like, yeah. And just yesterday, I believe that's when the final paperwork went through. You are looking at our Arkansas state talent coordinator.
Let's go.
So excited to have you guys back on board. We do have a venue that already paid that we need to have them start back up, and they're going to get back, and we're going to have more venues coming. And then also an Arkansas state finals. Your top singers obviously will be here. We'll be taking the top 6 to nationals, and your top singer will win a trip here with flight and airfare.
That's
so
right.
Bam, 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 very exciting. And welcome back to the fam. The fam. And a lot of people are like, hey, so how do I try out at venues and things? So there are venues right now. We have 28 venues from around the nation, 28. And we're really excited to have that. That's a great number, especially coming out of a pandemic and going from videos back to live. And what the state talent coordinator's job is, it's not only finding talent, sort of like they're our talent scouts. They're going out finding those singers. And Brooklyn knows that firsthand. A lot of our state talent coordinators know that firsthand. And it's sort of like that whole quest to find that next, not only national champion and state champion, but find that world champ. And so we all get all jazzed, like so excited. And we always think we found the next one. And then we see them all go at it at state and then nationals and then worlds. And the excitement, I'm just so excited to have that opportunity back for people to do, because the last 2 years, it was really like we had our production team just doing it, and videos can only stretch so far. It doesn't matter what state you're from. I also don't like saying state teams, because it doesn't matter what state you're from. We know that there's talent in every single state hiding out there, either working full time, not being able to do this, or gave up a career in music to either go to a war, have kids, be a mom. Some people gave it up because of religion. Some people gave it up because they're working on a farm 80 hours a week. And they're finally have opportunities where like, hey, yeah, my outlet's karaoke. I love to go out and sing because I sort of lost that. we want them. They're out there. We know they're out there. And it's never too late. Don't ever think about your age or size or the way you look or the color of your skin or gender or non-gender. None of us judge you on that. We're one big family and we're accepting of everybody. The only thing we're not accepting of is hate. So that's the one thing. We want everyone to accept each other. And I think that you are a great representation of that as well, Brooklyn. So it's great to have you back on board. And I can't wait to see what happens with Arkansas in the near future. Thank you so much for coming on here. Is there anything that you want to say before we move on?
Just that I am so excited that Arkansas is going to be back in this fully 100% balls to the wall. I'm sure everyone in the KWC knows that we come with a force every single year. And my plan, and I'm sure the plan of others that have been doing this here in Arkansas, is fresh talent, new talent, and different talent than you've seen is my hope. And don't forget Emojiland.com. It is, when I tell you it's an amazing show, wonderful opportunity, feel free, anyone who's interested in auditioning, if something on the website doesn't make sense, you absolutely can reach out to me on Facebook. My DMs are open. I also help run. I'm one of 3 people who help run the Emojiland social media account. So shoot Emojiland a DM, and I may be the person answering it. So I highly, highly, highly encourage, especially you KBC theater performers. Y'all are insanely talented, and KWC has done so much for me in my life. I would love to see someone from KWC be cast in this show that means so much to me.
Oh yeah, I want to see it. We've had our singers appear all over on Netflix shows, on AGT. The Voice is always hitting us up and asking us for talent in American Idol and giving people chances, like with skip the line passes and things. It's amazing that we can give people these opportunities over and over and over, and that they know that our talent pool is just so thick of talent. So thank you so much, Brooklyn.
Of course.
And I'm so excited to have you on board. Also, if you are struggling or you're a TikTok user and you want to do a video through TikTok, please reach out to Brooklyn. She knows how to do it. She knows how to extend the time past the 30 seconds. A lot of people are like, I only have a 30-second video because it's TikTok. Trust me. Brooklyn can help you with it, and she can help you with the audition also for Emojiland. So if you have any questions like that, please hit her up.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, Brooklyn. We'll be talking soon. Thank you for coming on the show.
Of course.
And I will definitely be seeing you soon.
All right. Bye.
Bye. Thank you so much. Wow. So again, there's just so much that you can actually achieve through Karaoke World Championships. And it's not even about the competition. It's about all the other things that happen in it. So I'm going to answer a couple of questions that came in. Omar said, can he karaoke in Spanish because his accent in English is not as good? Omar, that is fine. You can totally do Spanish. In fact, it's a world competition. So if there's any native language that you sing in, that is fine. You can also sing in different languages too. If there's another language other than Spanish that you're also fluent in. I know that we've had many singers who sing in Spanish, and some of them who also, while they aren't 100% fluent in English or they have an accent, they still will do a song that is English, or maybe they do a hybrid of the two where they sing part of the song in Spanish, part of the song in English. But it's a great question. We do accept videos from all languages. Again, we don't like to exclude anyone for anything. So George K right here also asks, how much time do we have a video to get in? Where do we send the video? And that, again, another great question. So George, where you send in the video, you want to go to KWCUSA.org. It's actually on the scroller, or KWCTeamUSA.com. So there it will say how to audition. I'm going to actually show you that little graphic right now of what you should be looking for. and it will be right there. It'll look like that. And so what you want to do, my banner should not be there for a second. So what you want to do is it'll say click here, become a competitor in the KWCUSA 2022 season. If you click there, you have two choices then. You can either look for a venue that is close to you to try out at for a live venue, or you can also submit a video with the video trials that are going on. Today is the first day it's open. And actually, one of the people who commented is Ian Murphy, who's sort of the head of this whole stick and twist, and is one of our chairmen. And he answers right here. George, the singers have until 4/17 to submit videos for round 2, and for 3 April 3rd if you want to participate in the sticker twist. And that sticker twist is what I was talking about earlier. And with it, you can also watch some of the videos that came in last week. But the sticker twist is really, really, really cool. And there Ian sends that link right there. And it's also should be in the comments. If you are on Facebook right now, you can actually click on that and how to become a competitor. But the sticker twist is the brainchild of Thomas Hine, Ian Murphy, and also Bill Clark, where after the last couple of years, it was sort of like, hey, we want to gauge more interest in videos, but we also want to make it more interesting and have a second chance to be featured. So part of the whole thing with our videos is that you're going to have two chances to also show off of this video if you're doing the sticker twist. So when you submit a video by the 3rd of April, the judges will have time to give you the score rankings on the Karaoke World Championships. And all of our, not only videos, but also our live auditions, they are also judged in an Olympiad format. So we're judging on a 10-point scale on 4 different criterias. And the criterias are voice, technique, artistry, and stage presence. And as you see underneath, there are little subcategories. Each one of those subcategories are worth about 2 points. So you can get a total of 10 points per those categories, and then you can get a total of 40 points, which obviously perfect scores you want to hit. It's extremely hard to hit a perfect score because a 10 means, why are you in front of us right now? You are so good. You could teach us. 5, though, is actually a really good score in those categories. If you're getting 5 per category, 5 means you're a really good karaoke singer. And there is nothing wrong with being a good karaoke singer. And a lot of those people, we want to give you those tools to become more than just that really good karaoke singer. Obviously, if you're getting a 1 per category, that means you really need to improve. But with the sticker twist method, get rid of that for a second. With the sticker twist method, you end up with not only those notes and the scores and a breakdown, but you also have from Trevor Keller, who was actually in our chat a little bit earlier, who was in the comments. Trevor Keller actually will break down all those judges' scores and notes, and he will send you back the breakdown and make it a little bit easier for you to understand. And then you can take those notes, look at that score and say, can I do better? Or is this the best I'm going to do? Or am I satisfied? Because maybe you got like a 35. You're like, okay, I'm going to stay with it. Or maybe you got a 20 and you're like, you know what? I scored a 5 in each. I know I can do better. Maybe there was something in your video that just was not right there, wasn't there. Or maybe you weren't playing to the camera or singing to the camera. Or maybe, there was a lot going on in the background. Maybe you weren't projecting enough. Maybe you were a little pitchy. This gives you that time to correct it and then submit a second video. You can stay with that same song, or you can twist it and you can do a totally different song. And last round, if you go back and look on KWC USA YouTube channel or on our Facebook page, you will see that Amber Fiend actually became first place after redoing her song. And she actually switched it and twisted it and did a different song, but took those notes and took that score to heart and really worked on her craft. And she went from a 208.4 with the first video to a 255.91 after all the judges were added up. And that's an Olympic scoring. So the top and bottom judges are out. So it'd be based on 8 judges scoring. And she took first place in the last round. So the sticker twist method really works. The other thing that with the sticker twist method is that you need to be a member, and that membership will bring you mentorship. And our mentors do sort of a similar thing, but it's not in any time frame. But the nice thing is that you can actually hit them up about song choices. You can send them a video, get a quick breakdown from them. Hey, what do I need to get better? Or even if you've qualified at a venue, a live venue, or done videos, you can ask them for feedback and they'll try to give it to you. They'll try to break down your notes for you, because we all are trying to find that next world champ. And sometimes it's just giving them that feedback and the tools, and all those tools are in the scoring. So thank you very much for the questions. I'm going to move on because I also have another guest. And I know that we were talking about venues and about talent coordinators. So right now we are almost at the deadline to have state talent coordinators sign up. And state talent coordinators, it's a really, really, really cool job. It's sort of like you're a mini director of the Karaoke World Championships and everything. But being a state talent coordinator means that you're that talent scout. You're not only finding those singers who are going to represent your state at the national level, but you're also organizing with the venues, getting venues on board to have qualifiers and then hold that state finals. A state talent coordinator, once you sign up to be a state talent coordinator and go through that process and we approve it and everything, your top singer will be flown to Las Vegas. There is a sign up fee for a state talent coordinator, but there's a lot of different stuff that goes, but you can look at that online at KWCUSA. But you also then get to be part of it. Let's say that you don't feel like competing as a singer, or that you've already done things in music where you know talent and you find that talent, you know that in your area there's some great talent and some great venues that are hosting karaoke. That's when you get them involved. All of our state finals need to be done by June 20th because our national finals are at July 17th to July 19th. So it is about a 6 to 8 week window that you can do this, but we know that we can do it. We have 6 states right now, six state talent coordinators officially, and we have other ones coming on board as we talk. We also don't need to have a state talent coordinator in your area as well. If you know of a venue, or if you're a host, a karaoke host, or a business owner, and you want to hold a qualifying event, we can also accept your singers into the national finals as well, especially if there's not a state talent coordinator. But I'm going to bring on someone who's also been helping us not only find our state talent coordinators, she also helps train our state talent coordinators. She also helps with in our national production as an assistant to me and Katie. She's part of our board. We call her the asset coordinator because she's finding assets of state coordinators, venues. She's making all the calls and helping us out to ease the load also off us. And she's a former state director as well, who is very successful in Colorado. I would like to introduce you all to Miranda Rayne. Hi, Miranda.
Hi.
How are you doing?
I'm all right. It's raining over here, so, there's that.
All right. She's in Seattle now. So she was the state director in Colorado in 2019.
Yeah.
And now she's back in Seattle, and she's helping them judge out there as well at some of the venues, and has done a lot to help out also with Washington, but also with Alaska and with the new incoming talent coordinators in Colorado. And I know you're going to help out with all of them. So everyone, please meet Miranda, because she's very, very, very important to us. And so you've been helping us try to find state talent coordinators. And what is the number one question that comes up by someone who's looking to be a state talent coordinator that maybe we can answer here?
I actually have 2 that come up a lot. The first one is, how much is this going to cost me?
Yep.
And the second one is, do I have to drive out to all these venues? How is that possible?
Right.
So I actually was not in Colorado when I was the director of that state. I was in Washington, and I ran Colorado virtually for the first month before I actually made the venture down there to finish out the competition. And so that's something that I always tell my talent coordinators or people that are interested in being talent coordinators, that it is possible to do a lot of this work virtually or over the phone. And so I think that's really important for them to know, because we don't expect someone, like if you take Alaska, for example, one of their venues is like an hour or so away from where the talent coordinator is located. And clearly that's not feasible to be making that drive all the time.
Especially when you add snow to that.
Right. Right. Yeah. Or if you have a really big state like Texas, I mean, clearly you're not going to expect someone to drive across the state of Texas to go talk to a venue. That's just not feasible. So we have ways to work around that.
Yep. And part of it is when we're finding our venues, is that we also try to train those venues that, hey, you're really far away from where I'm located. We'll give you the tools to help you find judges. And we sometimes know people in that area can help judge. And sometimes the KJs will know someone who can also help take on that role, or the venues have that person who can take on the role of doing some of the admin stuff of like we are running our judging software, because our software is not on paper anymore. It is all online, so we can get instant notes, instant scores for our singers, and we can make a deliberation. It also makes it a lot more fair, because once those scores are in, you can't go back and change them. You'd have to scrap everything that judge would do. So once those judges score, that's their scores, which is actually really important. And I want to actually talk about that really quick. Sorry to switch the subject, but our scoring system, as you saw earlier, is on voice, technique, artistry, and stage presence. All those judges are all judging on what they see in that moment. So for a judge to go back and switch their scores isn't a good thing, because then they're basing you on other singers. And when they're watching you, they're basing you on your performance that's based nothing on these other people, including if they did the same song as you. They're looking at your performance as it stands, not a performance that maybe you did a warm-up song with, or maybe they've seen you once before. They're doing it on that one. So it's a really fair and equitable way of scoring. And with that scoring, and then when you're doing it in the platform, it actually time date stamps and everything, and it will send out to our main. So the Team Canada is the one who developed it. Susan helped develop that out in Canada. And so if we ever have a question, we can actually pull it up and we can look at the time date stamp of those judges and when they judge that software. We've had people call it in question before, and it's easily shown that, hey, no, that's what that score was. You can't go back and change the scores. So,
well, that's actually a pretty good lead into something that's important for venues and talent coordinators to know also, is because that's something that I also try to help ease the load on with a lot of our venues and talent coordinators. Mm-hmm. So I know we were talking about Alaska earlier, and this is just another example. They have a venue where the talent coordinator can't be there. And, I've trained them to get on the software and how to do the scoring, but there's still parts of the admin work that I help them with, as far as getting information put into the judging website so that they can have that ready for them when they're doing their trial rounds.
Exactly. And what's great is that as a singer, you can also go to our website at KWCUSA.org, see where your local venue is. And then when you register and pre-register, you just get to that venue, you're ready to go. You can do a warm up if there's some time beforehand, or warm up before, and not have to worry about what song am I going to sing, because you're actually going to register that song right then. And once that's in the judging software, that's pretty much the song you're going to sing. So it sort of takes that away, and also it takes away that pressure, because you're already thinking about it when you get to a venue, and you can register at the venue. When you get to the venue, if you want to register right then and be like, hey, I'm joining the competition, that's fine. The thing is, you have to think about all those other pressures that are now coming in, because you get nervous, you see other people singing, you're like, ooh, maybe I should sing this. And sometimes the best choice of that song is your original choice. And you start double thinking things like that. I would say stick with your gut, stick with what you originally went with when you're doing something like that, and really sing a song that means something to you and that you can tell that story, and maybe a song that you sing all the time. And maybe it is a song that seems sort of old to you and you're like, well, I sing it all the time and I'm sort of bored with it. Doing that in a competition, though, something that you can almost like sleepwalk through, that's when you can give that little extra and really turn up that notch. And that's the only thing you need to worry about, because you know the song inside and out. And those are great songs to have for the Karaoke World Championships.
That's
right?
very true. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, go with what you know. Especially if it's your first time competing, that's when it's really important to go with what you know and what you're confident in doing. Because I've seen
Right.
people come up with songs, and I'm like, because I do judge, sometimes, and I'm always curious about certain songs, and people will get up there, and I'll be pleasantly surprised, and I'll be like, wow,
Yep.
I really liked that performance, and I didn't know if I would.
So I'm going to go back really quick to state talent coordinator, because we talked about something that that everyone asks, and they all ask, even when I'm looking for, they ask me the same question: how much is this going to cost me? So I'm going to go through the whole entire process of a state coordinator really quick. So state coordinator, while you're looking for singers, you're also looking for venues. When you're signing up, first of all, when you sign up, you don't have to pay anything. You just say you're signing a sheet on our website saying, I'm interested in being a state talent coordinator. And then we reach out to you and talk to you and make sure it's also a right fit, and make sure it fits in your schedule, and that that's actually that it's feasible, because sometimes we like to overstretch ourselves. Secondly, there is a fee. The fee is to pretty much to use our likeness, to hold these competitions, to get the judging software, to use our logos, to also get marketing, not only for you, but also to get marketing for these venues, get posters, and also get your singer, your top singer from your state finals to nationals. It comes with that trip, the flight and the flight and the hotel for your singer at the national finals. They're happening July 17th through 19th. So that burden isn't on you. That fee for the state talent coordinator is $1,750. Yes, that's $1,750. And it used to be $3,000, and it didn't include any of that. It included very little back in the day. But we've been around for 20 years, and we come up with a whole system. When you're trying to find venues, a venue will become a sponsor venue. So when they sign up, it is a fee of $300 for them. But that's also giving them the rights to hold a competition for 3 to 4 weeks of qualifiers with the venue finals. And that whole time, they're going to make their money back right away. That $300 also can be written off by a business as a marketing expense, because it is a marketing. It is a promo. It's a promotion that bar is going to be doing. Also, the singer who is placing from there, let's say they go to the state finals, they go to national finals, they go to world finals, that whole time they are representing that bar and that karaoke show. I always talk about how Andy Neverready placed at Ozzy's karaoke over in Seattle, and he won a bronze at Worlds, and he was 0.7 away from being a gold medalist at Worlds. That whole way there, he was representing Ozzy's, he was representing the state of Washington, and he was representing KWC Team USA. Also, that state director, when they sign up a venue for $300, they actually get $150 of that back to go back to their revenue. They can also use it to pay down that fee of $1,750. We do have ways that we can finance it for you through finding venues. The other thing is, each singer that tries out is $20, whether it's on videos or whether it's at a venue. And this is full transparent. This all can be seen on our website at kwcusa.org as well. But what we do is, when a singer signs up, $10 goes back to our national production for our production budget and also prizes. And also $10 then goes back to that state director, the state talent coordinator, so they can have a budget to give cash prizes, to help the rest of the team get to nationals, to help make flyers or maybe other marketing expenses, or even driving or making phone calls. Because trust me, your phone, you're just going to start blowing up and you're going to be on your phone all the time. They can use it for their own business expenses for doing the Karaoke World Championships. And all of a sudden, next thing you know, that $1,750 is gone, because that's all been paid off. If you have 12 venues, that pays off the $1,750. And then every single time someone signs up, you're going to get the $10 back. And most venues are averaging about 15 people right now, about between 10 and 15 people per qualifier. So that money is then going back to that state director to put into their fund to make a better state finals, and also have that budget to give prizes and help people get to KWC. And also, it's also there to help that person get money to live off of, because it is a job within itself. While it's not a 12-month job and it's really a short window, you can make some nice money as a state talent coordinator. I know that your state was really healthy, Miranda, when you were doing Colorado, and you were able to send all your singers.
I
You were
sent
able
4
to
singers.
make t-shirts and then sell them as well through that. And part of it also being a state talent coordinator is also doing the fun things, car washes, silent auctions, raffles, fundraising for the team to make sure that not only can they get to the US finals, but also for all the little things, maybe help them with food or clothes or something. And there's a lot of singers out there who can't afford to go to Vegas. So we always try to provide as much as possible. It's not a promise that's going to happen in every state. Some states will only go with 6 venues and we'll pay that $750 and they'll just break even, because it really depends on how much work that person obviously wants to do. It also just depends on the state size. But $1,750 is actually not that much to ask for. And it's something that's we found was really doable, because really $750 of that is going to that flight and the hotel that you're paying in for your singer. So that's already taken care of, which is a great bonus for these state directors out there. Plus you get to then come to nationals, cheer your team on, and then watch your singer go all the way to Worlds, and maybe even go to Worlds. In 2016, Scott and his wife went to Worlds to watch their singers in Singapore. So, it's these opportunities are really cool. We have a family all over the world from the Karaoke World Championships.
And I just want to reiterate again that information is very transparent. And if you ever talk to me on the phone, the first thing I talk about is what KWC is, because there's people that are interested that don't really know what we are, but they think it sounds exciting. And then the second thing is always the money. And I lay that out very upfront, because I don't, I want people to understand what they're getting into. But also, as you were saying about fundraising, I did have t-shirts made. I know other talent coordinators that do have t-shirts made. We sold state final tickets. Another thing we had done was, if you get online in some of those companies that sell things in bulk, I had gotten some necklaces with microphones and different things like that. And we sold those at our state finals. So not only did I raise enough money to send my team, I was able to send an actual team, flight and hotel paid for, to Vegas. And the only thing they had to worry about was food and spending money. But I had money left over that came back to me. And that was after paying all the expenses for state finals, which our state finals was pretty big and pretty, what's the word I'm looking for? We were kind of flashy, we kind of outdid ourselves, but we could afford it because of all the fundraising aspects that we did.
Exactly.
And there is a sponsorship letter. So I do want to also mention that we do have a sponsorship letter that we can give talent coordinators, where they can go to local businesses and get that sponsorship money. That's another way to raise funds.
Exactly.
And how you were saying, it really depends on the amount of time talent coordinators put in. And I do tell them that, because they want to, a lot of them ask me, well, how does this benefit me? How easy is it to do this? And I'm very honest with them. It really is how much effort that you put into it is what you're going to get back.
Exactly. And I started off as a state talent coordinator in Washington. For me, Pat Clark in Washington, we owned Absolute Karaoke, and we were doing competitions that were very similar to KWC. And they actually asked to come and watch one of our venues, one of our finals. It was at the Columbia City Theater for the karaoke battle in Seattle. And they came there, and we were judging on the same criteria, not knowing we were judging on the same criteria, which was weird. And they're like, which they like, because this is not a competition where we're judging you on the amount of applause or how many people you're bringing to a venue. We obviously want you to bring friends to the venues, but we're not, applause will help a little bit, of course, because then you're like, oh, you really moved the audience, but that's a natural applause. That's a natural applause. But when you're doing it, I always say, bring your friends, because why would you want to sing to a bunch of people who are competing against you? You want your comfort zone. Bring your friends, sing to your friends. Those people are going to help calm your nerves. But it's not that mom and pop where it's not judged on anything but applause or on 2 criteria. This is judged on 4 criteria that has a full breakdown further with 5 criteria, I believe, under it, each one worth 2. So it's really cool how that works. What I was going to talk about was state finals. So in state finals, for our locations at state finals, what some state directors, state talent coordinators have done, and I want to bring this up because this is a great way for also to help take down that cost of what it is for a state talent coordinator is that state talent coordinators have had venues bid on the state finals location because they'll find a few venues that are big and they're hurting, especially now coming out of the pandemic. They need talent. They need something. And we bring out in a state finals about 60 singers, between 40 and 60 singers, plus all their friends. So we look for a venue that usually sits about 200 to 250, maybe even 300. And trust me, I've always sold out my shows in Washington State with a venue that was 300 people, and we had people waiting in the street to get in. And we couldn't let them in because of fire code. And so we look for these venues, and what they do is they bid on holding the venues there. And that can take down that state talent coordinator fee. The other thing that we always ask is if we can take a door or split a door with our state finals location, because that way the team, that money's going back to the team. It's going back to the team there. It's going to Las Vegas. And it's also there to help that state director who maybe spent some money out of their pocket for all the other expenses too. And it's another way to fundraise. And that way you don't have to worry, and you can give a cash prize from it. In Washington State, our last state director in 2019, by the way, I keep saying state director. We have changed this to terminology to state talent coordinator, so I don't want to confuse anyone. But now it's called state talent coordinator. But he brought in $6,000 just from the door at the venues, and that went right back to the team. And he actually didn't want any of the money for himself. He paid the bills that he had. He did have leftover money, and he made sure everyone was taken care of at the national finals. And it was amazing. Christian Fabian, may you rest in peace. He did an amazing job of that. But it was so good and successful for him. And this can happen. It can be repeated in any state. It doesn't matter what state you're in. The biggest thing is finding the right venues and the right singers, because there's always going to be those venues that have amazing sound and amazing host, and that's where those amazing singers are. And we know that they're out there. So then that state director, really, it's about finding the venues, finding the talent, and holding a competition. And I know it sounds like it's a lot of work. And while it is a lot of work, it's really rewarding. But it is something that, like Miranda said, she was not in Colorado for the first 2 months of that. Do you have 2 months?
I think it was the first month and a half
of the competition. And she had people who were part of her team helping run it, and people who believed in it. And there are people out there who are in the music industry who would love to judge, love to be part of this team of finding that talent, other karaoke hosts, DJs, people from like Guitar Center or other music stores who really just want to jump in and help out. And also when you see things like YesBroadway reaching out to us on auditions, it shows you that this is not just something that is small. This is actually way bigger than what you guys think. And you could be part of that excitement. You can be part of this world organization and this world talent competition that is, in my opinion, way better than the TV shows, because we're looking for real people. It doesn't matter what your story is. Half the people on TV, you need a story. You don't need a story. You need your talent. You need really good talent to win it all. So let's talk about venues. So venues are $300 to sign up. And Miranda's trying to help us find venues in states that don't have state talent coordinators, and also in states that do have talent coordinators as well. But a lot of them, she's looking on the outside, because she's like, hey, if we can find 3 in a state, we can send 2 from each venue, or we can invite 2 from each venue to come back to nationals. The thing is that the flight and hotel aren't included, but that's something that we can work out with venues. But these venues, we're trying to find the best venues in your area for you to try out. And so if you know of a great venue, please email us at kwcteamusa@gmail.com and tell us where those are. And we have phone calls out right now. We have 28 venues and who are in it. And I want to just talk about them really quick, because they're very important. They're our lifeline. First, we have Floater's Pub in Alaska. We have The Lime in Washington State, Whiskey Mile in Kirkland in Washington, Ozzy's in Washington, Seattle, Station 18 in Seattle, Washington, Three Monkeys in Vancouver, Washington, Cliff's Tavern, also in Washington. We have a lot of Washington venues. Atlantic Crossing in Seattle, Washington, Club Out and About in Washington, Tallarico's Pizza in West Seattle, the Spurs in Alaska, Spurs/Four Corners Bar, Octopus Bar on Seattle, Boombox, Queer Bar. I'm going to start saying where they're. Tipsy's, the Cuff Complex, High Dive, the Carousel Lounge, the Orchards Tap Bar and Grill, Ugly Dog in Colorado, Tailgate Tavern in Colorado, Back Alley Bar and Grill, Mill City Entertainment, PJ's Pub, South Pacific Sports Bar, the Grizzly Bar, and Yenwar Village. And that's only to start with. We actually are just starting. This has only been our first month of the Karaoke World Championships, and we have 28 participating venues. And now we're looking from in your area. We are talking to everything from Oklahoma to Georgia, Minnesota, Michigan. We're all over looking. Arizona, Ohio,
Texas.
And we're looking for the best out of your area. So again, if you guys can help us find venues, email us your favorite venue to try out with, or you can even tag them on the Karaoke World Championships Facebook page where you're watching this, and share this video with them. There's tons of videos on KWCUSA's YouTube page that you can show what it takes to be that champ. And you can also watch to see who those past champs are and see if your area has that talent. Maybe you're like, oh my God, these people are so incredible, I can't picture anyone beating them. But you also might watch them and be like, wait, that person won a world championship? They're the world champ? Oh, we have like 10 singers in our area who can beat them. That's what we're looking for. That's what we're looking for. Venues get a lot of bonuses, though, because when you have a competition of this magnitude, what happens is you start bringing people in who maybe wouldn't come into your venue before. And part of it is maybe because of a drive. Maybe it's because they're so loyal to one venue. It also gives you the venue's opportunity to cross promote in other venues because people are always looking for that next competition spot. But also when you're going into a new venue as a singer, there are things I always look for: a good catalog, a good KJ, good sound, and good drink specials. And those four things all go together really well. So when you're in this competition, you start finding new venues to go to. And I know so many people who, when I started this as a Washington director, they started sticking with me. They drove 45 miles to come to my venues. Even though they lived in like Tacoma or Olympia, they would drive out to me to come to my venue because they're like, hey, you got a great music selection. You got great sound. I love it here. You also meet a whole community of new singers that you've never been involved with. And once you're in KWC, you start having, we call it our karaoke family and in the KWC family. And they end up being from all over. So sometimes it's like, hey, I'm going to then drive out to the middle of nowhere because I know that my friends are singing out there who I met at KWC. And those venues do have benefits. A lot of venues are like, hey, we have water drinkers and we have people who never come back. If that is the case, then that also means that they might not have a quality show there. So some places they have a sound, and I'm not blaming that on a venue. I'm just saying that we're looking for the primo venues. And also it's great for hosts who are starting off. If you're a host out there and you can sponsor it as well, it's a great way to start off your business and get people in your seat in the venue right away. And also show that to the venue that, hey, this actually works. A lot of people don't like competitions because they're like, this is biased and it's drama and they never work and then people never come back. This is not like that. KWC is not like that. When that happens, it's because it wasn't run the right way. And we have really nipped in the bud. And for like 6 years, actually, this is year 5 for Katie on 5 or 6, but we've been doing this forever.
I think it's 6.
Yeah,
Vicky
6.
told me it was 6.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We have really streamlined our processes, and every year, all we want to do is get better and also find and train our champs to win the world finals. And the whole mentorship program and the training and getting the right venues and getting the right state talent coordinators all go into that. What is one of the things that venues ask you when you give them a call?
Well, outside of costs, which we've already gone over, they do ask about judges. They do ask about, I do get some venues that are a little hesitant because they think we're a popularity contest. And so I let them know right off the bat, nope, that's not us. We are not a popularity contest. So I do talk about judges with venues. We talk about the different possibilities of whether the venue wants to find their own judges. I have in the past scouted for judges in the areas of venues.
Yep.
I'm part of multiple social media groups in which I can reach out to people and find judges that are willing to go and volunteer their time and do that for us. And so there's a couple of different ways to work that. That's definitely one of the big questions I get. I think the other question I get a lot of is how many weeks does it take? And for that, that varies per the venue. We can do multiple weeks. I don't know if you want to talk about a one-off here in a second, but usually our venues run a few weeks. Most of them run like maybe anywhere between 3 and 5 weeks, and then a venue final.
Yep.
But I let them know that there's options and some room for flexibility. They do ask me about how that works in coincidence with their karaoke night. So I let them know that it does happen during their regular karaoke show. We're not asking them to pay for an additional night for their host or anything of that nature. How we've always done it kind of here in Washington, and what I see other talent coordinators doing based off this model is, for example, if karaoke starts at 9 p.m., competition will start about 10:30 p.m. And we use that first hour to allow singers to register, because it never fails. We always get singers that want to register at the venue because they had no idea there was a competition. And they go in to do karaoke and they're like, oh, hey, I want to compete.
And we've had world champs who have actually found it just by showing up to a venue and been like, wait, there's a karaoke world championship? That's the number one question ever. Like, this is a real thing. And then they go and do it. And then they're like, oh my gosh. And then maybe they didn't place the first time, and they'll go to another venue and another venue. And then they realize that, oh my God, this is what they're scoring on. They start working on their craft and working on like, hey, I lost some scores because I came in my construction wear right off the street. I know I can win this. And they do those little things that get better. But yeah, sorry to interrupt you.
Nope, it's fine. I mean, it all goes together. So I let them know that we start the competition maybe an hour and a half in, and then we just go through all the competitors, and then we're done. And that way it allows regulars or people that don't want to compete time to sing karaoke before competition time and after competition time. And that seems to flow really well for all of the venues. And they're, venues are glad that they don't have to pay for an extra night for their host. And at the same time, we're not taking up their entire night for singers that don't want to compete. So that works out really well.
However, we do have venues, and I just want to speak to this as well. And that happens. I'm not, saying anything new to you, Miranda, but to everyone else, is that there are venues out there that were like, hey, we just want to run it through our whole show for the night. It's not a preferred way for me. I've tried it that way. It's not really a preferred way, but what that does is when people are coming out and they're like, oh my God, there's a competition going on. And then they start hearing the other singers who are trying out that night, because maybe it's every 4 singers, another person comes up who's trying out. Then they're like, wait, I could beat that person. Like, I wait, you know what? I'm just going to, fine, I'll sign up. I'm going to, and we find people that way too. But the biggest thing is with judges, it's hard to get judges to stay all night at karaoke shows, because some karaoke shows last 5-6 hours. I know I work them. But we always I always prefer the same method you were talking about, where we're only setting aside an hour and a half to 2 hours for that competition. At the same time that if someone comes, we always leave up that registration to the last singer in the competition is singing, because we know someone might decide to jump in late, or someone might be running late, and we don't want to leave any of our singers behind. And if you come in after everything's scored and we're about to do it, we're not going to stop. We're going to say, hey, come back next week, go to this venue, give you the other places to go. And again, it's a way that as a karaoke host, you can promote your other venues. If you're a multi-op, like what I had in Absolute, we had 33 shows a week at when we were at our biggest, with 13 hosts. So we were able to also cross promote other bars that normally you wouldn't be able to cross promote, and also build a family. Like the karaoke community gets so much tighter, especially when you get to know, instead of fighting with your other karaoke hosts, you sort of end up liking your other karaoke hosts and sort of, gain to know them, because everyone's afraid of other people coming in their venue and stealing venues and undercutting. But it also teaches the new people who maybe are doing that, like, oh, I shouldn't be doing that. And, oh, these people are cool. Like, we're all part of this industry. And this industry has also been affected so much by like copyright and piracy of music and things like that, where we're at a point where now it's like, as a KJ, it's sort of easier to come in because there are some solutions to that. They're affordable for hosts. And also there are ways to keep people interested. And this is one of the great ways to keep people interested is through the Karaoke World Championships. And if you saw earlier, if you are a host and you need a solution for your music, there are things like Sing a Karaoke out there that runs off an iPad, and it's high def and it is amazing. You should look into it. It's $139 a month. I believe right now there's an introductory for $9.99. $99 a month. And there's also a home version and a phone version that you can use at home as well. And it's amazing because it's going to have all those brands that you're looking for that you might, the CDs are out there, but you have to buy CDs for those because they're not sold as downloads anymore. They have that music and high def. Right.
And I think it's also important to mention that you grow your network, not just within your state, but within the country.
Exactly.
I'm a karaoke host over here, and now I know karaoke hosts literally all over the country. Yep. And it's a great way to connect and to have that network because it just builds more of a bigger and stronger community among us.
So I'm going to move into live auditions. So we've talked about the video auditions, but I want to start talking about the live auditions, what to expect as a singer when you're going into a venue that also you might not know. There are things that when you're competing on stage, you actually I always feel like you have a little bit more power than a video person because you can do the little things. You can dress up. You can really play to those judges a little bit more than you can into a camera. But when you're going, you also have to realize that there are going to be other people of equal skill or might be better. Do your best song that you know backwards and forwards, like to talk about earlier. When you get to a venue, I always tell you to pre-register. Do it. It saves that whole headache because when you get to a venue and they're holding a qualifier, and if you knew about it before, trying to register because they're going to then have their head judge who's trying to plug everything into the judging software. It takes that pressure off them, and that stress level also comes down off you. You can pre-register beforehand.
Or sometimes I'm the one plugging that in and
right,
I'm
exactly.
in a different time zone.
Yeah, exactly. So I would say come ready with that song, with what song you know. Don't worry if someone else is singing that song. Do your rendition of it. And use your space. One thing that a lot of people do is they'll stand in front of a microphone and sort of like dead eye and like they do the same thing with video as a stage. And what you want to do is use that movement, natural movements, gesture. I know nerves are going to take it over. Sometimes you sort of are like frozen, but one of the things we judge on is confidence and delivery of the song and artistry. So we really want you to make it your own. And we want those gestures. We want those, like maybe bat your eyes at people, things like that those little extra things. Because while we're judging you on your vocal talent and technique on that, we are also judging you on your performances of your dress, your artistry, the way you use that space of the stage. It might be a small stage or a big stage. Doesn't mean you have to do cartwheels. It means you have to be confident and you need to prepare that song and really project out there and grab everyone's attention. Know when to go louder or softer. Practice your songs before you get there. There are some people out there who like to do suicides in a brand new song that they've never done. I never recommend it. But I have had people who have gone all the way to the last round of the national finals who have done that because that's just their thing. They're like, it's because it's fresh. It's a song I just learned. So do what you think is best, though. And, we also have these mentors out there. If you're a member, again, membership gives you mentorship. So as you compete, even in a live venue, you can reach out to our mentors saying, hey, these are the songs I'm thinking about trying out with. What do you think? Or, hey, do you really think I should do Whitney Houston? And they'll be like, well, what's your range? They'll ask you they'll ask you the right questions because sometimes we like to think that we can sing these giant songs and we can't, or that the judges want to hear you sing this great song that maybe you can't perform, but hey, it always wins. go away from that. Go with your gut. Go with the songs you know. Go with stuff that you always stop the crowd. We're looking for the people who stop the crowd when they sing.
Right. And a lot of people also choose songs because they think they're popular songs, and that's
Mhm.
not always the best choice either.
Right.
Just because a song is popular does not mean that that's the right song choice for you for the competition. So knowing your voice and, yeah, everybody loves certain songs, but at the same time, you want to showcase what you can do, not necessarily what you think is just going to play strictly to the audience without showcasing yourself.
Correct. The other thing I want to tell the singers is that let's say you have a limited time schedule. You can only come in and audition, but then you got to split. That does not mean that you don't move on. We're going to contact you. It's all based on those scores. Some people cannot wait until the end because they have to get up at 4 a.m. And they have kids or a babysitter. If you leave, it's fine. We will contact you, tell you you've made it into a venue finals. That venue finals, we're going to ask you for a different song. We're going to ask you for a different song than the way you tried out with. If you didn't move on, we'll also contact you as well, or we'll try to contact you as well. If you left before the thing, just tell us that you're leaving so we know to contact you. Because just because you didn't place in a certain night doesn't mean that you're not good enough to win the Karaoke World Championships at Worlds, because we've had people who have gone all the way to Worlds who have not qualified at venues their first few times. And sometimes it takes a couple times to get used to it. And it's sort of like this learning curve. And also just because one venue, maybe you didn't perform well at one venue, but you really felt comfortable at another one, go to those venues. If you don't feel comfortable in a venue, you don't have to go back unless you made it in that venue final. But I'm saying if you didn't move on, don't just give up. It's so easy to give up. Think about all those different things that we're scoring you on. And if you're a member, you can also ask for those scores in the judges' notes. So you will actually have that to your advantage, saying, they're like, why did you wear like those shoes with this beautiful dress? Or what, you weren't projecting. It was really hard to hear you. Make sure you're holding your mic like this, don't sing over the top of your mic. And there are all these little things, from breathing to being on beat. Maybe you don't realize you were singing off beat. And sometimes it's just artistry. You're like, well, you were just standing there, and this other person was so animated on the stage, and that you should have probably beat them vocally, but because they gave all this extra in their performance, they beat you by a point or two. Come back, show us that you have it. So, and then you go on to the venue finals, and then we're going to take the top 5 or 6 and send you to state finals. In the state finals, you're going to compete against about 40 to 60 singers. And then that top singer is then going to move on to the U.S. finals and winning that trip to Las Vegas, both the airfare and hotel. And then, but we do invite those top 5 to 6 singers to also be finalists at the national finals as well, to compete to be that winner at Worlds and at Nationals. And sometimes, and a lot of times actually, to say that it doesn't matter if you're in 5th place coming out of state or 5th place coming out of a venue, you can still win. I've seen this happen where they have come in and won. Thomas Hine, who's on our board now, who also is a former record producer, when he competed in California, he was 6th in the state. I want to say it was either 5th or 6th. He was the very last singer to move on to nationals. And he was like, oh, but he reached out to Miriam Kim and some of our mentors, got some extra coaching, and really utilized that. And then when he came to nationals, he ended up going all the way to the final round. And it doesn't, like I said, it doesn't matter where you placed, even venue qualifier or state final when you're moving on. Because once you get to nationals, you're a national finalist. Doesn't matter if you're 1st, 5th, 6th, you're a national finalist. And it's like a whole new game on.
Yep. You're no longer a placed singer. It's kind of a new slate at nationals.
Yep. So membership, I love when talking about this. Remember to get your membership, because you can get tips from people who are in the industry, people who have been part of KWC, past champions, other professional singers out there and producers out there, who then you can get notes from. Even while you're not competing, you can ask them, hey, I'm thinking about this. What do you think? You can send them a video, and they can even score it with KWC. Bill's going to kill me for even saying this, but with the KWC scoring, won't be electronic, but they could write it out for you and send it back to you. Be like, well, this is how I would have scored you, and these are notes I would have given you. That way, going into it, like, oh, now I see what they meant here, or oh, maybe that just wasn't the right song choice. But again, it's not a vocal coaching. It's more of mentorship and helping you because you already have those tools. If you need a vocal coach, though, we can also help point you the right way. But there are some great vocal coaches out there. That's something you have to do on your own.
I think it's important, Josh, to mention the difference between the membership and the audition fee, because we've had a few singers that are a little confused. Okay. A membership is not the same as the fee you pay to audition at a trial round. So that's completely separate. It's $20 for each time you audition at a trial round. The membership is $20, correct, for a 6-month period? And they are two separate.
The membership is $20 for a year.
It's for a year. Okay, awesome. So, but there are two different entities. So if you sign up for a membership, that does not mean that you don't still have to fill out the I want to be a competitor form and pay the $20 to actually compete in a trial round, because that's separate.
Okay. Yeah.
I just wanted to make that clear because I know there's been a little bit of confusion already this year about that.
Oh yeah. That's even happening in video rounds too. People are putting in videos and they think they're going to be part of the sticker twist, but they didn't get the membership. So it is 6 months. Katie just corrected me. It's 6 months. It's not a year. I read it earlier.
Anymore. That's what I thought.
It's 6 months. So it used to go a year. I'm sorry. It used to go to a year. So leave it to the producer. Thank you, Katie.
This is why Josh has us.
But that gives you all those extra little benefits there. And I think it's also because it's 6 months because of things after World Finals, there's nothing going on. So the other thing that we want to do in the future is do these KWC events during Christmas and other holidays and bring you out to Vegas or other areas to perform. We love doing these Karaoke World Championship events. If you go back 2 years, you'll see we did a whole video Christmas show in Washington State. We did one before, a whole Christmas pageant with former KWC champs and also state champs from there as well. But videos, you need to, if you want to get in that sticker twist, you need to be a member, but you also need, for mentorship, you need that as well. It is not included in that $20 fee of auditioning. That's just a registration fee for each tryout. Now, when you do sign up for a tryout at a venue or at a video round, that is just for that one tryout. It is not for your next tryout. It doesn't mean you can try them a zillion times. On that $20. You have to register each one because we actually ask you for what date it is. With a video round, we're asking you what song that is. It's for that one area right there. However, if you're part of Sticker Twist, which is a membership thing, that's why we allow you to put in a second song or switch your song or give us a new video. A lot of questions that we got this year was about duets. And so are there going to be duets at Worlds? The answer is yes, they're doing duets at Worlds. The question posed to us is there going to be duets at Nationals? Right now, that answer is no. The other question we have is, are there going to be state duet competitions? The answer is still no. Part of the reason is because we're flying you across the world. We're going to national to Norway. And we already have 2 spots. We have the top winner from the Karaoke World Championship National Final is going to win a trip to Norway, the airfare and hotel there. Not only are they going to win a trip there, but this year we have a battle of champions at our national finals. And the battle of champions are the champs from the last 2 years who did not win a world title, got invited to come here to Las Vegas and battle it out on stage because they didn't get to be on stage the last 2 years. They only got videos. So one of those singers, 1 out of 5, they have a 1 in 5 chance of moving on to the World Finals and winning a trip to Norway. We are also inviting the second place singer from Nationals to Norway. with the state of the world as it is, with a pandemic still going on, and as much as we want to say it's not going on, it's still going on. We can't predict that. We also have the situation that's going on across the world as well. And with gas prices, everything else, we can't guarantee we'd have that flight for a duet team. As we get closer to nationals, that may change, and we might have a duet program for you. However, we are inviting our world champs who are going to Worlds to also pair up to be our duet team. So we will have representation at World as a duet team if they choose to do that. They don't have to do that, but that right now, that is what our solution is. I want to at least put that out there so you guys know there is a lot of interest in their duet program, and we loved our duet program. Our very first year, we won a gold at Worlds. We've won 2 bronzes in duets. We're really, and a silver. So we won them all. And we're really excited about duets. The thing is that it's the feasibility of what's actually going on in the world. And we don't like to promise things that we can't give. So right now it is a no, but maybe.
Stay tuned.
And this year, coming out of a pandemic, in 2019, we had some great sponsors. In 2020, we had great sponsors with iRig. We are looking for new sponsors of KWC. We do have Singa, who's been great. And we are looking for sponsors. As a singer, let's say you're going to the national finals and you need help going to the national finals, maybe with clothing or makeup or whatever. Find sponsors, talk to those local business, talk to your hair salons, talk to your people who are maybe with paparazzi who sell the jewelry, and have them sponsor you. And then you can maybe say, hey, I want you over to my house and have a party for you. We can do this trade-off, because there's a lot of things you can do for that. Talk to your local cafe. Think of it, if you're in sports as a kid, or even in high school sports, you're selling candy bars, you're doing car washes, you're doing all this stuff. There are also sponsors. A lot of the life insurance companies sponsor teams and things like that. And that way you can promote these sponsors all the way along to Worlds. The other thing, there are great people out there like energy drink sponsors who are looking for individuals to sponsor. This is the sport of singing. So those sponsors are out there, not only for us as a competition, but also for you as a singer. It just takes reaching out to them. A lot of it is also media presence. If you have a great media presence, you can always ask them, and you can be like, hey, I'm doing the Karaoke World Championships, in my state, and nationals and worlds. I would love you as a sponsor, and talk about you, the whole way, and do little bits. It's a great way to bring in more interest also about your talent, but also the Karaoke World Championships and their brand. Trying to see what else I'm forgetting. I think I've covered almost everything. Membership, national, world finals. Oh yeah. So our national finals are July 17th to July 19th in Las Vegas, Nevada, at the Clark County Theater. It is an amazing, beautiful theater. I'm going to show you it really quick. Bum, bum, bum. Fully state of the art. Look at that. Look at that stage. That's the stage you're going to be performing on, and it holds 300 people. It is beautiful, and not only is it a beautiful stage, but it has great accommodations and also these great makeup and changing rooms. There are two giant makeup and changing rooms that fit about 24 people per room, and there's 2 of them. And then there are also 2 just regular makeup rooms, which hold about 8 people for hair and makeup. So it is a great opportunity. You get the extra experience that you get on Broadway or on a professional stage. And a lot of you guys don't get that opportunity. We want to give you these opportunities. The very first day on July 17th, all singers, by the time they get to World Finals, are going to doesn't matter if you are in a live competition or you're a video competition, your round 1 of the Karaoke World Championships is going to be a video. And during the July 17th, when you're coming in to register and sign in for nationals and check in with us and go through your songs and confirm your songs, we're also going to be doing a live broadcast of all your round 1 videos with scores, so people can see it around the world. people who couldn't come to Las Vegas, so they can see this videos you made. It also evens the playing field for the people who've been doing videos for the last 2 years and this year with the people who have been doing stage for years and maybe skipped out of doing the videos. We don't want you to overthink the videos or make that stop you from doing what you're doing, because we're not judging you on your video production skills. We're judging you on your voice and the way you're producing that song. We're also going to give you the tools. There's great tools online on the KWCUSA YouTube channel. We have a great video that was made by Corinne Beckman, who last year was a world finalist, and also she was the highest scoring U.S. champ at Worlds. She is mastered the art of making smule videos, and she gives her secrets in making a better audition video online on the KWCUSA channel. There are also multiple videos online on YouTube about how to make good audition videos, how to make good, just get better lighting, things like that. You don't even need to spend so much. Really, your phone, or even a GoPro, or even the cheap GoPros. I can show you. I actually have a cheap GoPro, or my Q2N right here. Like, I have a lot of different cameras that I have. Those are great for shooting your videos. Don't worry. It's something that I would never want anyone to worry about. But round one will be all videos. So we're still having 4 rounds. So that first day, we're all going to do that during registration. You're also going to see it live. We're also going to be interviewing the singers when they're coming in and registering, and talk about maybe the videos in their first round. The very second day, we're going right into round 2. Everyone's going to know where they're ranked going into that day. And because round 1 and round 2 are added together to find out who's going on to semifinals. And so it's going to be added with the video and that live stage performance. On that stage, we're all on both video and on stage, we're judging you on that same criteria of voice, technique, artistry, and stage presence. That theater is going to be packed. Invite your friends. The tickets are going to be affordable. We're not making them $100 or anything like that. But that theater only fits 300. So start making those plans. If you're going to be here, or you know you're going to be here, start making those plans to invite people out as well. And it is assigned seating. There from the semifinals, from round 1 or 2, we're going to add up, and we're going to take our top 26 singers that next day, and they're going to move into the semifinals. However, we're not going to know who is moving on to semifinals, because we're not posting the results after round 2. We want everyone to be an active audience member and be part of it. We're going to call up the singers who are moving on in groups of 12 to bring them downstairs. So you're going to find out that way, and we're going to have 12 and 12, and then 2 wild cards. So that's how we are going to get 26. And then so in the semifinals, we're going to have that, and then we're going to take a break. You're also going to get the very first day, you're going to get the first round of, I forgot about this on this day 2. You're also going to get the Battle of Champions. Then we're also going to get the Battle of Champions also on the final day to find out. They're each going to have 2 songs to prepare to find out if they're moving on. In that final round, we're going to take the top 12. Oh, I was just informed by the producer that there's only 20 moving on, 10 and 10, which is okay. Nice to know. I'll take that back. It's 10 and 10. So then we'll be taking the top 10 and bringing them into the final round.
Are you double checking?
Yeah, well, yeah, I was double checking in that final round to find out who is moving on to the world finals, who's going to be crowned gold, silver, and bronze, and win the trophy, money, the trip. There's a lot of things we're giving away there, and other prizes. As well as the Battle of Champions winner will also be crowned there as well, also winning money and prizes and a trip to Norway. In Norway, there are going to be a whole new set of prizes and cash and everything else. In Norway, happens August 8th through August 14th. In Ness, I'm going to actually put that little thing back up here. Whoop. Ooh, that's big this time. That wasn't supposed to happen like that. Hold on.
Make
There
sure
we go.
You guys get your passports
right there
ready.
in Ness. And Ness is just outside Oslo in Norway. So they're right now they've been talking about making it like an Olympic village for us to stay in for all the singers. And I cannot wait to be there. Reason why they're doing it in August instead of October, because we usually do October or November. Sometimes we've done December, is because that is when the most beautiful weather in Norway is. And they really want us to see the whole entire country and the whole entire city because it's so beautiful. And there's also giant festivals going on. And we're going to be part of that giant festival. So that is a lot of information I just gave.
And I just want to say, Josh, that while you've been sitting here talking, if you keep hearing my computer dinging, it's because I can see little clips of what's coming into my email. I am getting singer registrations this entire time as we speak because they do come forwarded to me. So that's great that people are jumping on it. And I'm hoping that this live broadcast is helping that. But that my computer's literally been dinging this whole time from emails coming in through registrations.
So Paul Meyer last year, he is one of our champs from the U.S. last year who went to Worlds. And he's going to be battling in the Battle of Champions. One of the things he said was, it's just like March Madness. Just get to the show and you have a chance about getting to the national finals. Because he was piggybacking on what I was saying earlier is it doesn't matter where you place. It's about getting to that finals. Another thing he wrote was, will there be tickets sold for the national finals? Yes, there will be tickets. We will be posting that soon. We do have the amazing venue, and we just need to activate that ticket. And you only need it for 2 days because the first day is just registrations. When you're coming to check in, you don't need to bring your family with. You can, but that room of the registration, while it's at the Clark County Theater, it's a side theater, so it's not as big as the main theater. But we'll also be having an after party that night. Ian Murphy also commented earlier, I was talking about when you have a mentorship and you are part of the video auditions. If you're a part of the video auditions and you're doing the sticker twist, Trevor Queller, what I was talking about earlier, gives you a summary of what you have been scored on and breaking down all those judges' notes. Because sometimes we get those scores and those notes, and you're like, I have no idea what they're talking about. I don't know why am I getting a 4 in artistry? Like, I don't get it. And in the notes, sometimes it's there. So he's saying that Trevor Keller's summaries are amazing. They distill the feedback from all the judges in a few key points, so it's easier to identify at a glance what judges sought were a singer's strengths and opportunities for improvement, so singers know exactly what they need to do to improve. Trevor is brilliant at summarizing everything compactly, and it's quick and easy to digest. And that is exactly true. Trevor has been with KWC. I met him since 2016. I met him in 2015. I met him in Arkansas. Actually, he was a former Florida director and held a great qualifier. And his singer actually placed for Jeffrey placed silver in the Worlds that year as well. And he has been one of our head judges in the past. He's been in a lot of our national finals judging you. He's done opera. He's run music theater. He's actually been the head of a whole theater and music theater program out in Florida, and also is a former model and has been in the industry for so long. He also is a former judge at Talent Quest and a lot of other competitions that are talent based, and really knows what we're looking for. And so he's helping us with summarizing that to tell you and give you those tools back. You'll also see him at the national finals as well. And he's one of our amazing judge team. Thank you all to the judge team, by the way. We great judges for the video rounds. We're going to have great judges at nationals too. And at your venues, we hope we have all the best judges that we can at venues as well. And like Miranda said, sometimes the venues need help. We'll always try to cast the net out there and try to catch the best judges in an area. But it also depends on the area as well. Because we don't just want Joe at the bar who is drinking and hates karaoke and yells at you while you're singing to be judging. We want to have someone who knows music or is in the industry or knows how to carry a tune, or at least some people can't sing, but they're musicians and they play all these other instruments and have a great ear for music. They might not be able to sing. Those are also fine as judges. Sometimes they come from Guitar Center or different music schools or people who are vocal coaches. So you never know who's going to be judging you in each area.
And I think it's the last thing I think I want to say is that for anyone who's interested in being a venue for a trial round, or anyone who's interested in being a talent coordinator, we offer you a lot of support. We offer you all the materials you need for training, for the judging website. I've helped to create a lot of those materials. I'm your basic support person. So I will constantly reach out to people, and if you need extra materials or scripts to talk to venues or to people or to singers or whatever the case is, we are here to support you. And there's a lot of support for these venues and talent coordinators.
And also that support, it's also up to you to take that support and accept the support as well. Because sometimes a lot of people coming from having other competitions and they actually like, hey, I know how to do it. We're a little bit different than those competitions, and we're really streamlined it. We're going in our 20th year of the Karaoke World Championships. So it's been pretty streamlined, and we're here to help you because we also want to help you not only find singers, want to make sure that you're not losing money and actually bringing in money, and also finding the right venues, finding the right judges. And also, if you're in an area that you're like, hey, I don't want to sing, but I want to judge, hit us up, send us a message to KWC Team USA at Gmail. I'm going to bring that up really quick. And ask to be a judge, because there are people in all regions that we're looking for. If you're in Alaska or Colorado, Washington, maybe we're having competitions there, Nevada, Arkansas, North Carolina, where we can utilize you as a judge. The other thing is it is a vetting process. So if maybe you think you're a great judge and then we see that you're not, or maybe you're trying to, that's why we do Olympic scoring. We take the top and bottom, we drop it. But we also vet our judges. So we just don't have just anyone, but you could tell us why you're a good judge. We also have ways that we can send you some videos and have you quickly judge, and also find out what you think about them and see how you give your notes and everything. Because we want to help these singers move on. If we can't give them the notes to help, maybe a judge isn't the right thing, but maybe you could help us with other things, with maybe arranging judges or with the software. And there's a lot of different jobs within states as well to help these state directors out as well. So again, just email us at kwcteamusa@gmail, or you can contact us through our website at kwcusa.org. Right there. Well, Miranda, I went over time about 45 minutes. I did not think it was going to go that long.
This doesn't surprise me.
Yep. But thank you for coming on, and thank you all for watching. I have one other question. So Noah Miles Strabecki, we will be getting to you an email. I think you should have already gotten something about the video for video finals. We'll contact you about how to get it to us on the website, because it wouldn't be through the same means as the last time, because you have to pay to register for that. But Katie and our team is working on that to get those video finals. Take your time when you make those and come up with the best video. When you are making videos, one of the great things about making these videos, and if you're trying out, is that you can watch your own video before you send it in. Make sure it's right. Make sure the camera, that you're on the screen. You need to be on the video. I know it's crazy to ask, but you have to be on the video. Don't go off the screen. We need to see you. Also, only one camera angle. Preferably, if you're not using TikTok or Instagram, remember TikTok and Instagram, they will limit the amount of time. TikTok, I believe you can get up to 3 minutes though now. And I believe with Instagram, you can almost get to that same point. That is enough to see for our judges to judge. We really don't want 30-second videos. We really want to get as much as possible in a video audition. And when you're auditioning, make sure that you're doing an audition that you'd be proud of, like if you were trying out for The Voice or AGT or American Idol. We want to show you, because we're going to be showcasing this video. So if you're auditioning and you're in your closet and you're wearing a robe and a towel around your head, that might not be the greatest representation to show our judges, and also show all the United States and the world of you as singing, because your talent might be there, But remember, this is an audition. It's like going to an interview, a first-time interview with a job that you want to see. Always put yourself in the best light. Again, if you're shooting, I always say go horizontal or use Smule, use a singing app. It makes things a lot easier. Don't use any pitch control. If there's any pitch control, you get disqualified. We'll ask you for another video, or else it just ends up being a disqualification. And the app, when you're using the singing app like Smule, Voice, Star Maker, Yoki, if it's square or horizontal, that's fine. If it's TikTok, it's fine. If it's horizontal, we just really like the vertical. We really like the horizontal slash a landscape mode, because as you see my video right now, it fits really nice on a TV and on our monitor screens. So we like to broadcast our shows more in that. Also, it gives you more room to your left. This is my left, and here right. I'm looking at the screen. I'm like, but that's over on the other side. It gives you room to use that space, sort of like you're using a stage. So, and you can use a webcam or anything that you want to shoot it with. There are a lot of really cool devices out there and mixer boards, and really affordable mixer boards that can help mix sound before it goes into your camera as well. And you can plug your phone into it and plug a microphone into it, and also Bluetooth the sound through it. And I don't have one on me right now. But
if you don't have all of that really cool stuff, find the room in your house with the best acoustics.
Yep. And a blank wall is great. Or,
I was just about to say, if it's a bathroom, please, we don't want to know it's a bathroom.
All right. You know what it's time for? Do you know what it's time for? Because I'm not leaving before I do this. I forgot all about this.
Oh, goodness.
Dun, 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 dun. It's time for raffles. So the other great thing about membership is raffles. So usually I have a giant spinning wheel, and I'm not using that program today, but I'm just picking names out of a hat. So I have everyone who is a current member, because now we're up to 28 members for now. Everyone's name is in this KWC hat right there. Dun, 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 dun. Whoa, whoa, oh.
Not anymore.
And some just fell out. Gonna put them back in. And you can win a prize. The prizes that we're giving away right now, this is a phone tripod with a studio ring light. This is a very important thing to have. I always say, get yourself a tripod. You can buy them on Amazon. You can go to Ross, Marshall's, Walmart, get a cheap tripod. Even a cheap tripod is better than no tripod. This one, though, comes with a studio ring light from our friends from Art and Sound. It's a great little gift. And the other thing that we have is track. This, if you put this on your desktop, will track you, or you put this like on a table, it will track your movement. So you'll always have that one screen that you can, look at that you can get in there. So we're going to be giving that away today. Those are 2 prizes we're giving away.
Handy stuff. And
here we go. I'm picking out of here who wins. The first thing I'm going to give away is the AI tracking object device. And that is Abby Castleberry. Abby Castleberry will be the first one, and she wins the tracking for the phone, which is a really cool phone tripod thing. And next, we're going to have the studio ring light. It has 3 color temperatures: cool, natural, and warm. 10 brightness levels of dimmable light, perfect for vloggers and influencers, and it has an adjustable clamp, compatible with any cell phone. And now I'm digging into my hat. Let's see what I got. And Amy Lynn from Washington State, I believe that is. Amy Lynn wins the 6-inch studio ring light. Very good. Very nice. And again, those are benefits you get with your membership. We give away things like tripods and ring lights, things to help you make your videos better and to help you on your journey. Last week, we gave away a microphone just like the one I'm using right here from iRig. I'm not giving one right now because we are out of them. But hopefully we get iRig back as one of our amazing sponsors. They're fantastic.
I think I still have an iRig.
What? You also have an iRig?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. They're phenomenal. They're phenomenal. So, and they have 3 settings on them too. I can make this louder. If I go up, I can make it quieter, and then I can plug in my headphones or a speaker through the same jack that you plug this in to. It's amazing. And it's a condenser mic. It's not a dynamic mic. But that is it. That is all for this week. Congratulations to all the raffle winners. Miranda, thank you so much for coming on. And thank you, Brooklyn, who is now watching from home. And thank you for coming back and finishing what you started with Arkansas for 2020 and taking on those reins again, and also giving that amazing opportunity with YesBroadway to our singers. If you missed the first part of it, Emojiland is doing a casting for their musical, and you can do it through emojiland.com. You can do it on TikTok. You can do it all different ways. They'll fly you out to New York for your final auditions, and they're looking for our karaoke singers from the Karaoke World Championships. Miranda, I'm going to actually put you backstage because I want to show them one more time Emojiland, the musical casting, if they missed it. All right. Thanks, Miranda. All right, let's show you.
Hey there, KWCUSA. It's Laura Shine. I'm one of the co-writers of Emojiland, the musical, which premiered off-Broadway, and I also played Smize, Smiling Face with Smiling Eyes, in that cast. And we just announced the launch of our nationwide tour, which is happening this summer. And I've been watching some of your videos, and y'all have so much talent, like incredible, amazing voices, and we would love to see your audition videos because we're actually casting the show with an online social media open call. So anyone can audition for any role. You just go to emojiland.com for all the details. And yeah, we'd love to see your tapes. So bye.
Yep. Again, go to emojiland.com. I also want to thank Sina. If you are in Las Vegas the next couple of days for the bar and restaurant convention, stop by the Singa booth. We're going to be doing demonstrations of Singa. If you're a karaoke host or a venue out there who needs a really good legal solution for karaoke using high definition tracks from your favorite brands like Sunfly or Zoom or Karaoke Factory or Mr. Entertainer or Sound Choice, which is there as Karaoke Channel / Stingray. You can get them through this as well, and it's really affordable. It's a monthly subscription, and also users who are using it and come to your shows, they can also subscribe to Singa, get it for themselves at home and practice songs, and can also save all their adjustments of pitch and tempo. And you can also send them messages when they're at your venue about drink specials and things like that, and about coming up next. It's a great little thing. I'm going to show you one last time the video of Singa, and that's going to wrap up this Karaoke World Championships USA Q&A. We will be back in a couple of weeks. Thank you so much. Again, feel free to write us at kwcusa.org, and please go there to try out as well. And here is Singa. This amazing, amazing product. You will not be going wrong by trying out this product.
Did you know that while karaoke is a widely popular and endlessly fun form of entertainment, it also represents an untapped business opportunity in a $15 billion industry?
And it's outdated as
Singa modernizes karaoke, the last analog bastion of the entertainment industry. While other entertainment industries have moved to digital distribution, karaoke is still stuck in the 90s with expensive and bulky equipment, 8-bit graphics, and dodgy background videos.
Here at Singa, we believe that singers, karaoke venues, music right owners, and karaoke lovers all over the world simply deserve better.
Singa drives change in all corners of the karaoke industry. For consumers, our trailblazing app gives access to the largest licensed karaoke catalog today on any device. Singa enables bars and other nightlife venues to grow their revenue with modern and enormously fun karaoke software.
Since 2015, we've expanded to 10 countries and built a 30-person strong team, custom designed to do for karaoke what Netflix has done for movies and what Spotify has done for music.
We're ready to become the biggest brand in this multi-billion-dollar global market.
For the music industry, Singa provides a completely new source of revenue, as well as a way for artists to connect with their fans.
Singa has a proven track record within the karaoke, music, and tech industries, and they've grown every year since the launch, even in the middle of a global pandemic.
This is your chance to be part of the karaoke revolution. Join the party now.